listening to Wildilla, the show where we talk about what's going on in game and some of the news, and you might even hear what me and Brandon are doing in game. You're listening to Wildilla. This is Chris,
And this is Brandon.
and today we're going to talk about a big one for you. It is called the Temple of Atal Hakar, or
This is Sunken Temple.
yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather call it Sunken Temple because that's a lot of stuff. So,
Yeah, and I don't even know if I'm saying it right.
yeah, Temple of Atalakar.
Yeah, but you sound so excited about this one.
Well, I mean, I don't mind it. It's just long, very,
Yeah. And
very.
if you don't know what you're doing, then you won't go very far.
Yeah, it's a big. I mean, it's not really a maze, but it is.
It helps to know where you're going, what you're doing, how you're doing it, how to play your class, because it's a high level dungeon. It's a level 50 to 55 dungeon, and it actually has uh, the some pre-raid best of slot stuff.
Yeah, I'll be definitely going for a couple things that.
Yeah. Because Balstruds are interested in Drakestone of Arcade Wrath. But the Drakestone is a drop from the four dragons Dream Scythe, Azaz, Morphaz, and Weaver. It is considered the best pre-raid best of slot for many casters because it can roll bonus spell damage for any Skull of Magic. So the Healing Priests are interested, of course, for healing, or Drakestone of healing. Warlocks and Shadow Priests are interested in the Drakestone of Shadow Wrath. Mages are interested in the Drakestone of Frozen Wrath. And Palastrues are interested in Drakestone of Arcade Wrath.
Yeah, it just goes random chance.
Yeah.
I'm also interested in the Atal Ally Spalders as long as they are the Atal Ally Spalders of the monkey.
Yeah. That'd be a good one. And
I don't know.
then also
It,
the Talal gloves, which is a drop from the Defender mini bosses. Can also roll bonus spell damage for each Skull of Magic. Like the Healing Paladins, the Healing Shaman are interested in Drakestone of Healing. Shadow Priests are
yeah.
interested in Drakestone of Shadow Wrath, of course. And then the Formula Incheck Cloak, regular resistant drops from a tall Witch Doctor. It is generally considered to be the best Phase 1 cloak enchant for casters and healers.
Yeah, because of the resistance.
Oh yeah. You love those resistance.
Oh, in fact, I didn't know that. I forgot about that. Every class has a special class quest in the second.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, for a trinket or something. Like the warriors get a trinket, diamond flask,
Oh yeah.
soul harvester for warlocks.
Cool. I think the Dragon's Call Sword is pretty cool. It's an epic. It's a purple item that can call forth an emerald whelping because it's got a chance on hit to call it forth to help you in battle.
I don't get the the green dragon scales. I usually don't mess with those. I mean, it is for leatherworking, and they are the green dragon mail is actually pretty decent. But I think that's more of a I think those are more shaman related gear. And
So,
then the rod of corrosion. So
so let's talk about how to get to the Sunken Temple.
okay, so getting to the instance portal is an adventure on its own, and you should probably have your entire group meet in the Swamp of Sorrows at the lake. There's a big lake in the middle of or in Swamp of Sorrows, and
Uh,
you should probably have everybody meet at the lake.
Because you got to fight to get to the instance.
Yeah.
Unless there's a group that went through right before you, then you you can just run right in. But you more likely you're gonna have to kill a bunch of groups.
Because Merc Slithers and the fungal oozes, they don't really pose a threat. You fight through the Hall of Mask. Then, if you like to start gathering, you can get the fetishes of Car and Ultralight tablets for your quest. And then you have to take the right hallway. Remember, the right hallway down the stairs to the Chamber of Blood. Once you finish with the Chamber of Blood, you go back upstairs and return to the Hall of Mask. To your left is the Butchery, where there's sometimes a rare mob. Beige Jack, the cannibal, spawns. If he has spawned, kill him. If not, proceed down the hallway until you get to the Den of the Caller. Here you'll find humanoid priests that can heal and flee when they get low on health. Be sure to interrupt and prevent them from running into other mob packs. Take the stairs to the south to reach the upper level of the Chamber of Blood, where Kazakh the Unholy spawns. There are no quests associated with him, and he shares loot with regular trash mobs in the area. Once he is defeated, take the stairs back down to the Den of the Caller, and head down the eastern hallway. You'll enter the Hall of Ritual, where several groups spawn very close to one another. Be careful, pull each group one at a time. Uh, don't let them run away, and then you'll head down the stairs to the Hall of Bone. Now here you can either jump down to the middle level or take the stairs on the right side down to gain access to the instant. I mean, there's a lot of. That's why I said if you don't, like he said, if you don't know where you're going, this place can be crazy. So
Yeah.
you might have to pull this. You might have to pull up this or listen to it a couple of times. But once you run through it a couple of times and you've done the quest, and you're just going to the instance, it's not hard to get. You don't have to go do all that. You can just run straight to the instance, and you don't have to do all that stuff anyways. If you don't have the quest, you can just run straight to the instance.
Yeah.
If you're a druid, you can sneak to the instance, and it doesn't matter.
Now, paladins are good for here because there's some undead in here. You use turn undead. Rogues have sap, priests, mind control, shackle undead for undead only. Mages polymorph and warlocks have the fear, of course. But make sure the room you're casting it is clear of other mobs, or else you'll get the other mobs on you too.
Yeah, that's for people who don't have a lot of damage and have to use.
Yeah. So once you get to the pit of refuse, you will find the first boss. A tall Alarian. He's a level 50 elite Sand Fury Troll. Now, you'll want to start your journey out by traveling down to this pit, and then taking the path to your right when you first walk in, not the stairs. You'll see troll mobs along the way. Clear all the trash as you travel around the circular platform. You'll notice balconies that dip out and overlook the center of the pit. Essentially, once it's all cleared, each of your party members should spread out and be assigned to a balcony with a Talal shrine. The shrines must be clicked in a specific order. So remember this. The south one, which is the bottom, then the north one, which is the top, southwest, which is the bottom left, southeast, which is the bottom right, northwest, which is the top left, and the northeast, which is the top right. Now, once the statue has been clicked in the correct sequence, it'll turn green. If not, the person attempting to activate will gain a curse. Take turns clicking the shrines until they all turn green, and then a Talarian will spawn in the center. I hope I didn't chop the name up. I probably did. Now, go to the center, and he's got two abilities, Sweeping Slam, and he has an AoE knockdown. Now, he has a lot of hit points, hits pretty hard, and has an aggro clearing ability. He knocks players high into the air, who then take fall damage. So healers need to be prepared to heal the party on the members when they land. Have to drag the boss close to the wall, keeping healers and ranged at max distance. Tanks should be prepared to kite the boss if your healer gets knocked into the air. Other than taking those abilities into consideration, you should be able to kill him pretty easy. So just the healer, just make sure everybody's topped off. Heal him whenever he does that. Knocks him into the air. Should be alright. Now his loot is 3 blue pieces, of course. Uh, Level 46 to wear the plate waist, which is called a Talalorion's Tusk Ring. It's got 18 strength and 8 stamina. And then level 46 to wear or equip is a 2-handed polearm. It's got 15 strength, 18 stamina. It's got 44.17 damage per second. And then leather wrist, level 47 to wear, is called Dark Water Bracers. And it's got a random enchantment. And it's got 7 shadow resistance.
Alright, and then I guess this next part, it's really weird. Called Ultralight Defenders. Once you clear the pit of refuge and kill Atal Alarian, head on back up to the instance portal. They say they recommend taking the passageway that is second from the left, where you'll find many living and undead Atalai. Head up the stairs and you'll reach a landing that looks somewhat similar to where you activated the shrines. Instead of activating 6 shrines, you'll have to kill 6 mini-bosses, ranging from 50 to 52 elite. That unlocks your way to Jamal Alan the Prophet. Each mini-boss is on its own balcony. You should run into Loro first. Essentially, just follow your way around the circle, cleaning the trash and all the mini bosses. If you move in a clockwise order, you'll kill Gasher, Mijan, Zolo, Zolor, and Haku. Stairs on the inner circle will lead you to Gasher and Zolor, while outside, stairs leads you to the other 4. The Ultralight Defenders are not particularly challenging and die pretty easy if your group is prepared. And it just kind of shows pictures of each one of them. They're all trolls, so you'll see them just around the area. They're all mini bosses. You got to kill them before it'll open up. Um, Before it opens up for Jamal Alon the Prophet and Hogan the Wretched. And so now that, like I said, after you kill the defenders, you can make your way down to the Prophet, and you can to do that, head back towards the start of the instance and head left. You'll now encounter many groups of dragonkin as you make your way to the pit of sacrifice. Navigate around the room, killing the groups one at a time. Be careful not to fall through the hole in the center. You will die. Do not jump in the hole. Lair of the Chosen. Head into the east passageway. It's the Lair of the Chosen. There's a lot of mixed mobs of both melee and caster, so be extremely careful with your pulls here and watch out for running. They do run. Be careful of the Adelaide Deathwalker as they can cast fear. When some of the mobs die, ghosts will spawn that focus a player and chase them. Simply kite these ghosts until they despawn. Otherwise, they'll hit you for a lot of damage. And they do. They hit quite. The ghosts hit really hard. So don't
Yeah,
don't stand around and let them hit
if I remember correctly, they hit you 2, maybe 3 times and you're dead.
you. Yeah, they
Especially
hit
if you're cloth.
Clear the entire hallway in the upcoming room. Now it's time for Jamal on the Prophet, to level 54 elite, and his assistant Ogum the Wretched, level 53 elite. Jamal Alon's abilities are Hex of Jamal Alon, which is just a polymorph, Healing Wave, Flame Strike. Ogum the Wretched's abilities are Shadow Bolt, Shadow Word Pain, Curse of Weakness. Ogum the Wretched has much less health and should be separated from the Prophet and killed quickly. You can tank him with a pet or just some kind of plateware or rogue or something. They can tank him because he dies pretty quick. You want to spread your party out as much as possible when Jamal Alon casts Hex of Jamal Alon as it transforms a party member into a hostile Adelaide Berserker. Avoid getting hit by the Berserker and nuke down Jamal on the Prophet after the Hex of Jamal Alon falls. Do not kill your player. Just run away from him.
Yeah.
And it's really easy. You kill Ogum the Wretched first, and then spread out for Jamal Alon and nuke him down. He doesn't go hard, and they don't have a whole lot of. Ogum's loot is He's got 3 different things. They're all weapons. He's got an Eater of the Dead, which is a one-handed axe. Main hand has plus 30 attack power when fighting undead. 32.05 damage per second. You gotta be 49 to use it. Blade of the Wretched, 32.14 damage per second. It's a main hand sword. Chance on hit corrupts the target, causing 90 damage over 3 seconds. And then Fist of the Damned. It is a one-handed mace. It's 32.11 damage per second. Chance on hit steals 30 life from target. Those are all main hand weapons. Those come off of Hogan. Jamal Alon's loot is gloves of the Atoll Eye Prophet, cloth gloves, 49 armor, 5 strength, 6 stamina, 12 spirit. Kilt of the Atoll Eye Prophet, or cloth legs, 69 armor, 4 strength, 18 intellect, 9 stamina, and 18 spirit. And then the vestments of the Atoll Eye Prophet, 78. It's a chest piece, 78 armor, 11 intellect, and 27 spirit.
And all of Jamal Lon's loot is level 50 to equip. And Ogom's loot, the main hand weapons that he said, are 49 to equip.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so after that, you go to Weaver and Dream Scythe. So, after you kill Jamal the Prophet, the 2 drakes, Weaver and Dream Scythe, will spawn in the Pit of Sacrifice. Now they have Acid Breath and Wing Flap. They're really easy to burn down. Tanks should take with their backs to a wall, keeping their drakes facing away from the party to avoid their frontal cone and knockback abilities. Which is
They can be
Acid
pulled
Breath
separate.
and Wing. Huh?
And they can be pulled. They can be pulled separately as well. I do
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah, they can. Now, they're so easy, and there's no strategy to really kill them besides, take them away. Now, their loot, Smoldering Claw, which is a polearm. It's a 46.55 damage with 10 fire resistance, level 49 to equip it. It's got a chance on hit, hurls a fiery ball that causes 135 fire damage and an additional 15 damage over 6 seconds. And then a one-handed sword, Fire Breather. It's 35.23 damage per second. I don't think I said it. It's a one-handed sword. Level 48 to equip. It's got a chance on hit, hurls a fireball that causes 70 fire damage and an additional 9 damage over 6 seconds. A Drake Fang Butcher, two-handed sword. 45.93 damage per second. 15 strength. Level 48 to equip. It's got a chance on hit, wounds the target, causing them to bleed for 150 damage over 30 seconds. Drake Stone, which is the best in slot for pre-raid, it's offhand. It's got a random enchantment, of course. If you equip it, increases damage and healing done by magical spells and effects by up to 7. The Drake Claw Band. It's a defense ring. So if you equip it, it's got to increase defense by 4. It's level 49. It's got a random enchantment also. Nightfall Drape. It's a back piece. 14 stamina, 8 spirit, level 48 to equip it. Bloodfire Talons. It's a leather hands with 5 intellect, 9 spirit, and 10 fire resistance, level 48 to equip. And if you equip it, it increases damage and healing done by magical spells and effects by up to 18. And then Dawnspire Cord, which is a cloth waist. 43 armor, 19 intellect, 8 spirit, level 48 to equip it.
All of those are pretty decent. Alright, after you kill Dream Scythe and Weaver, Hazaz and Morvaz appear. That's 2 more drakes. And they spawn in the hallway right outside the Chamber of the Dream. They have the same exact abilities, Acid Breath and Wing Flap. They have the same exact strategy as the 2 previous ones. Don't pull them both at the same time. And avoid the trashing area when you pull them. And these are the last 2 big kills before you get to the Shade of Aranaki. Now these two guys, I mean, same as before. Tank, face them towards the wall, kill them. I know. I do believe that Dream Scythe and Weaver, and Azaz and Morpheus, they all share the same exact loot table. So, um, but you only get one drop off of each set. There's not two. Not each one of them drops it. Only one drops one piece. One drops the other piece. So any of the things that Weaver and Dream Scythe could drop, Morphaz, Morphaz, and Azaz also have a chance of dropping the same exact.
Yeah, they have the same exact loot table. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then. So now you go to the Shade of Ranicus. So level 55 elite will summon any leftover Dragonkin instance to his side. So it's important that you must make sure you cleared them all before pulling the boss.
And there are quite a few, like in this whole entire area.
Yeah.
You need to
So
kill a whole bunch of them.
if you're in a group uh, that knows what they're doing and they're just running around killing all these, that's why they're doing it. Because
Yep.
they do not want this boss and a bunch of Dragonkin on their butts. Try to rape them. Now, his abilities are War Stomp, Deep Slumber, Thrash, and Acid Breath. So, the range needs to stay out of melee range to avoid his AoE stun ability, which is the War Stomp. The target with the highest threat will get afflicted with Deep Slumber. Players can use anti-aggro abilities such as Fade, Blessing of Salvation, and Fate to help control who gets afflicted with Deep Slumber. Melee, never stand in front of the boss and be wary of his War Stomp ability. DPS, him down following the mechanics and you'll be fine. It's a long fight, so healers be sure to keep an eye on your mana pool. And yeah, it is a little bit longer fight than the last two pulls that you did for the two drakes.
Yeah, it's a longer fight, but it's still not too bad.
But he does drop that epic one-handed sword, which I'll talk about that here in a minute. He's got a chance to drop a ranged wand, level 51 with 10 nature damage or nature resistance. That's got 55 damage per second. Level 51 equip. I think I already said that, but oh well. Then he drops a tooth. It's a main-handed axe. It's called Tooth of Aranicus. It's got 37.08 damage per second with 6 strength, 51 to equip, and increases your chance to hit by 1%. Horns of Aranicus is a male headpiece, 27 intellect, 11 spirit, level 51 to equip it. Dire Nail. It's a one-handed dagger, 36.67 damage per second. It also has a random enchantment with 5 shadow resistance, level 51 to equip. Crest of Supremacy. It's a offhand shield. It's got a lot of stats on it. 6 strength, 6 agility, 7 intellect, 7 stam, 7 spirit. So, anybody who can wear a shield, shamans, warriors, paladins,
Yeah.
they'll all probably kind of want that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. And level 51 to equip that one. And then there's a neck piece called Dragon's Eye with 6 stamina and 15 spirit, level 51 to equip. And now the epic, the purple item, is a one-hand sword called Dragon's Call.
Dragon's Call.
You just had to do that, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Level 52 to equip it is 41.40 damage per second. It's got a chance on hit, calls forth an airborne dragon whelp to protect you in battle for a short period of time.
It's pretty cool. More or less to me, that's like a meme item, I guess you could say. I mean, it's fun to have, but I've used it. I've actually used every single thing in here.
Yeah.
All right, and after you kill him, you get to, I believe, what is the final boss, Avatar of Hakar. You head to the west side of the Pit of Sacrifice, and you'll enter the Sanctum of the Fallen God. Clear the trash along the way and to prepare for the encounter. Avatar of the Avatar of Hakar is a level 48 elite. Cannot be summoned unless someone in your group has the Egg of Hakar from the quest The God Hakar, or has already completed the aforementioned quest and has Yekinya's Scroll, which allows the player to summon Hakari Bloodkeeper without the egg. As I said, to summon an Avatar of Hakar, you or someone in your party must have completed the quest chain, which it looks like it starts out in, what is that?
Sulfur Ash? No.
Tanaris, Reacher Spirits in Tanaris. I
I
guess it
think
starts out
so.
Tanaris, and you gotta, or is it? Yeah, the Creature Spirits
Well, it
in,
says you
in
after you
Feralis.
kill him, you go to Steamwhittle Port.
Capture the spirits of three creatures in Feralis, then return to Yakinya in Steamweed Port. Yeah, this is the quest chain. So it starts
Yeah,
in Steamweed
it's
Port.
not it's which if you don't know where that's at, it's right beside Gadget's Head.
Yeah,
It's to
but
the east. Yeah.
you have to complete all of these quests in order to get him. You bring the filled egg of Gar to the dude in Tannerus, and he provides you with the egg of Hakar. Enter the sanctum of the fallen gods and the temple of Atal Hakar. Use the egg to begin the encounter. The egg, Hakar will drop essence of Hakar. Combines with the egg of Hakar to create a filled egg. Then you got to go complete the quest, and then you'll get the scroll, and it'll give you the so you can summon him anytime. Anyways, once you get him summoned, going through all the crap it takes to get him summoned, he has four abilities: Cause of Insanity. It's really, to me, it's just weird. It says drives an enemy target temporarily insane, speeding his attacks by 50% and his movement by 80, as well as causing him to attack its own ally. Okay, so it's a mind control for a quick second. Curse of Tongues, which we all know what that is. Lash, and then Shadow Word. Kill the ads until a Hakari blood respawns. Kill it and grab the Hakari blood from the corpse. Groups usually keep free for all loot on in this encounter, so one designated person can loot the blood. Don't forget to switch it back after a car if you don't trust your group. Using the blood, you can extinguish one of the four braziers in the room. Proceed until Hakari Bloodkeeper spawns and all of the braziers are braziers. Braziers is a bra. Brazier, I think is how you say that. Anyways, until the little things are extinguished. If everyone moves close to a wall before extinguishing the final one, you can drop combat before engaging Avatar of a car. The fight itself is pretty straightforward. He'll cast Cause of Insanity on a random player. The best strategy is to stun or crowd control that player until they return to normal. If possible, dispel the shadow word pain. Otherwise, DPS him down and prepare for victory. Pretty straightforward and simple. He doesn't have a whole lot of hit points. Cause of Insanity is his worst thing that can happen, especially if it goes on one of your high level players like a rogue. If it does that, I usually try to kill the rogue because they shouldn't. Avatar of a Car's loot. He has some Bloodshot Greaves, male, feet, 221 armor, 5 strength, 6 agility, and 20 stamina, level 49 to you. Feather Skin Cape is a back piece, 39 armor, 4 intellect, 4 stamina, and 15 spirit, 49 to you. Wind Scale Sarong, which are leather pants, 136 armor, 7 agility, 10 intellect, 10 stamina, and 20 spirit. I would take those for making or healing, either one, or casting. Warrior's Embrace, chest piece, plate, 507 armor, 4 agility, 11 stamina, and increases your chance to dodge and attack by 2%. Great tanking chest piece. Might of a Car, main hand mace, 35.83 damage per second with 11 stamina and 5 spirit, 49 to use. Spire of a Car, two-handed staff, 46.47 damage per second, 16 stamina, 16 spirit, and increases damage and healing done by magical spells and effects by up to 18. Staff looks pretty cool. And then this guy also drops a purple item. Embrace of the Windsurfing. It is a cloth chest piece, 86 armor, 17 intellect, 9 stamina, 30 spirit, and 12 nature resistance. Now this only has a 0.17% chance of dropping. Just like the other purple item only has a 0.36% chance of dropping. I've ran these dungeons hundreds of times and I've seen the purple items drop maybe once. There's also a lot of find on equip items that are good for 49 twinks if you're into that. Although it's less popular than the 19, 29, and 39 brackets, you can still get some nice little items out of here if you want to pick out a level 49 character to play around.
Or they're probably in the auction house.
Or yeah, you can sell them in the auction as well. I mean, they're not bad. Some of the stuff they have in here is actually really good. There's a bow in there that's really good. There's a finger.
Now there's
Ring.
2 quests, Alliance quests, and 3 Horde quests, so make sure you get them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 neutral quests that's available for both of them. So
Yeah, there's also your class quest that you'll get to go in here and do, and they drop some pretty decent gear. There's 3 different things you get to choose from when you do it, so it's worth it to do it for sure.
yeah, so need gear. Make sure you run this.
Yeah, I'm getting to the point
like
where,
we said, some of those items are best of slot pre-raid, so you definitely want to go ahead and start running this level 50.
yeah, I've got one piece of best in slot gear already, which is my weapon for my druid right now. So that's for DPS, not for tanking druid, but for DPS druid it is.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know. I like this dungeon, especially after you've done the quest and stuff, and you can just go back in there. You don't have to worry about running around doing all the retarded stuff or anything. Just go in there and get the bosses down. It goes pretty quick. Once you've been in there a couple times, it's a pretty quick raid. You get your people in there, you get it out of there, and you might as well do it, go out, reset, and do it again. At least do it a couple times while you're there. Unless you're going to turn in quests.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty fun. It can be long, and don't get discouraged because there's a lot of stuff in there. You can wipe, you can get overwhelmed. If you pull the wrong thing or you go the wrong way, you'll run into stuff that you don't want to run into. So just give it time, take it slow, and should do fine.
Yep. All right. Well, I think that's it. Next week we'll talk about Black Rock Depths. So stay tuned, and we'll see you next week. And until then, have fun playing game.
As always.
This show is brought to you by Heartland Production Entertainment. If you'd like to help to make the show better, go to patreon.com/heartlandpae.